Hey, what's up, everybody? It's just Charles Sebastian, and welcome you guys to another episode of the Dreamers Pro Show, where we cover everything from sports, hot topics, classic debates, and entertainment, and we give you guys a fresh perspective on things. And I always see them. And today we got a great show for y'all, but before we get into it, please make sure you like the video and sub to the channel. So yesterday was a firestorm. It was a firestorm for a number of reasons. Number one, everyone was reacting to the All-Star game, a game in which I didn't enjoy whatsoever. I thought the format was confusing. I thought they dragged it out way too long. The commercial breaks were just absolutely insane. And I think that it's a format that they're most likely going to have to scrap because no one's going to watch that again. At least I'm not. It was really ridiculous. A lot of players complained about the fact that the rising stars got a chance to play on Sunday against the NBA All-Stars. That was an issue for a lot of guys like Draymond Green and others. But arguably the biggest news was the fact that LeBron James at the last minute let the entire sports world know that he wasn't going to be participating in All-Star Weekend. To add insult to injury, he was even seen taking team photos without wearing the jersey. He was wearing his regular street clothes. He came out, he wore his regular street clothes. And people like Skip Bayless and others believed that it was a silent protest, maybe against the NBA allowing the rising stars to be there. Maybe he didn't like the format, whatever the case is. Now, yesterday they covered the All-Star game extensively on ESPN First Take, and the main people that talked about it was Shannon Sharpe, Kendrick Perkins, and Stephen A. Smith, and they addressed it from all angles. They even talked about, was LeBron selfish for not letting the league know in time so he would have allowed other players to have an opportunity to fill in his spot the way Giannis Antetokounmpo did. I heard Nick Wright defending it earlier, saying that, if LeBron had made it known last week that he wasn't going to play, it would have brought it would have dampened the excitement going into the weekend. It would have hurt ratings. I'm like, Nick, do you know the ratings over the last 2 years? And LeBron played in them. Like, who are we even joking with right now? So I thought that was a cop out, but typical Nick Wright, just out there defending whatever LeBron does. So they were talking about this yesterday on ESPN First Take, and towards the tail end of their discussion on one of their longer segments, Stephen A. Smith asked Kendrick Perkins to give a reason why he think LeBron did this. And as Kendrick Perkins was giving his reason, Stephen A. Smith then jumped in, and then he revealed the reason why LeBron decided not to play an All-Star Weekend, and he also revealed the ramifications that LeBron is going to face in the future for pulling yet another stunt. So what we want to do is we're going to play exactly what Stephen A. Smith and Kendrick Perkins had to say here yesterday on this issue, and we're going to come back and continue on the show. Take a listen to these guys here.
Since you brought it up, Perk, could you tell the audience why you think he did it on purpose?
I mean, listen, this wasn't just a sudden decision. LeBron James, this guy's like, when it comes down to routine and knowing what he's going to do, he's always on point. So when he announced yesterday that he said, "Oh yeah, I'm not gonna be participating today in the All-Star game," I said to myself, "Bro, you knew that way when they announced you as an All-Star." Like, I mean, huh?
But why do you think he didn't tell us is what I'm asking you. Why do you think he handled it the way that he did? That's what I'm asking.
I mean, this LeBron James. LeBron James. This is what he do. This is what he do. You know it. You know it.
Okay.
Yeah, but I get where you're trying to get, Stephen A. Like, what was the meaning behind it, essentially? So a replacement couldn't be named, or he was drawing attention to himself, or he was sending a message that, he's bigger than the league. He doesn't need to be in the uniform. But, Perk, you're just...
Molly?
Yeah.
Molly, if LeBron James, regardless of his partners and stuff like that, if LeBron James, who obviously deserves to be an owner in this league someday, Shannon, Big Perk, Molly, if he doesn't get it, look at moments like this as to why that is. You depart from Cleveland to Miami, the way you handled it. You spoke up against the play-in, the way you handled it. There's certain things in terms of player empowerment, the way you handled it. Yesterday, the way he handled it. Make no mistake, fair or unfair, folks are going to remember that. Mark my words.
So you heard what Stephen A. Smith had to say. Essentially, he's saying that LeBron's protest, which he believes he did, is something that's going to come back and hurt him. Now, if you listen to what he said, it would then make one begin to think, is LeBron upset at the NBA about something? because Stephen A. Smith has made it clear that one of LeBron's main objectives is to own a team in the future, the Las Vegas team. He's made it clear. Stephen A. Smith also revealed a few weeks ago that NBA owners or governors or whatever the hell you want to call them may definitely shut LeBron James out because of all of the various stunts that he's pulled throughout the course of his career. And he also said in this soundbite that this is something that's definitely going to be held against him. So the question now becomes, is that fair? Is it fair for the owners to hold LeBron out of not becoming an NBA owner? Given all the things that he's done, I can understand them deciding not to do that. Maybe they feel like if he becomes an owner, he may have exceptional, sway over some of the other guys. He may suck up all the air in the room. Maybe they may not want that. Another issue they may have with him is maybe just some of his antics, right? Some of his antics. Another thing they may be leery of is what if LeBron becomes an owner and he starts taking a lot of political stands, and that somehow begins to affect the bottom line of the NBA. These could all be factors, right? These could all be factors. In terms of what LeBron did, it certainly didn't help the NBA. It certainly didn't help them, right? It wasn't a good piece of news that came out an hour and a half before tip-off. That wasn't a good piece of news, right? He wasn't helping the NBA in that instance. I don't even know if he was helping himself, which then begins to make one wonder, well, why did LeBron actually do this? Now, if this was him just essentially thumbing his nose at the league and saying, hey, look, I'm fed up with you guys. I don't like the way you guys are doing business, or maybe I don't like the format, or maybe he's upset about the fact that maybe there's a chance he won't become an owner. I don't think this is the best way to go about it. But then we also heard the report that him and Maverick Carter are looking to start their own rival sports league, which is crazy. Because essentially, you're trying to start a product that would be a direct competitor to the NBA. A direct competitor. And if that's in fact what you want to do, then I don't see any reason for these guys to let you in unless they capitulate and say, well, damn, if they're going to go out there and start their own league, we don't want it to be something that could rival what we're doing and probably cut into some of our revenue and our profits. So therefore, let's let him in. I don't know what's going to happen. But Stephen A. Smith brings up an interesting observation. So the question now to the audience is simply this. Why do you think LeBron really decided to sit out? Do you think it was because of ankle soreness? I mean, how many of us actually believe that one? Because some people will say, well, it's ankle sore. I don't believe that. I just don't believe that. I don't believe it. Because if it was ankle soreness, your ankle was sore a number of days ago. You could have let the NBA know. So I don't believe it. I don't believe it was that. That particular excuse has been used now for years. Like, I don't believe it's that. But y'all let me know what y'all think in the comment section, and we catch y'all on the next episode, and I'm out. Peace.